Hey there, folks. Welcome to Advisory. I hope you guys are all doing well. To start off today, I just need to ask you one question, and that question is, who do you think you are? What did he say? Yo, Mr. Hall, you trying to fight right now? What kind of question is that? You want to catch this fade, brother?
You trying to tussle, Mr. Hall?
No. Hey, don't get offended. Usually we hear that phrase used aggressively, like, hey, who do you think you are? But it's actually a great question to ask yourself. Who do I think I am? Today in Advisory, we are talking about reflection. No, not that kind of reflection. Although a mirror is a good metaphor for the kind of reflection I am talking about. We spend all our lives looking forward and looking out at the world, and we see everything else except for ourselves until we get to a mirror where we can look ourselves directly in the eye. We can check to make sure that we don't have anything in our mustache. I know that's a problem we all struggle with. And then you can go about your day. But true self reflection is the process of looking in the mirror in every aspect of our lives and looking deep within ourselves and really taking stock of who we are and who we think we are. This person gave a great TED Talk that I'm going to show you part of. Her name is Yashikaya Hughes, and she talks about the first time that she was ever asked, "Who do you think you are?" by a therapist. Let's listen to her story and see how she reacted.
Who do you think you are? Was the question my therapist posed to my 22-year-old self. Immediately, I activated my inner city Philly girl face and almost said, "Who are you talking to?" But before I could utter the word, she interrupted and said, "Pause for a moment, think about it, and take your time and answer the question. Yeah, who do you think you are?" I felt a burning sensation all through my body. My hands began to shake. I could feel the swelling in my throat, and I couldn't hold back the tears. I don't know. I don't know. Because honestly, I indeed did not know. The world had told me lies of who I was and who I was to be. They decided that I would be a statistic, a product of my environment, the angry Black female with unresolved trauma. The tears continued to fall. My therapist gave me a tissue in one hand and a blank journal in the other, with these instructions. Over the next 7 days, I want for you to first write how you felt in this moment, in this session. Every emotion that has come up, I want for you to write it down. Secondly, I want for you to take a few days, pause, dig deep, and answer the question, who do you think you are? I left that session angry that I allowed someone to see me cry that I did not know. Confused and determined. I was determined to never allow myself to not be able to answer a question about me. I was determined that I would no longer identify with what the world said I should be. I was determined to unlearn, to unleash, and to become who I was destined to be. That day started my journey of self-reflection and emotional wellness. 20 years ago, I can stand here today saying that I love me, that I know who I am, and I know who I think I am. I think I'm smart. I think I'm brilliant. I'm a tad bit sassy, somewhat bossy, but I own my space. Self-reflection has been the catalyst for my success, and I am able to look at others with a different lens, not from a bias, not from what others say, but from my heart, because I did the work to see people in a new way. Self-reflection is about introspect. It's about us taking an opportunity to look at our values, our beliefs, our emotions, our thoughts, and what motivates us. Reflection allows us to see ourselves in a greater way and have greater awareness. I wish I could say that self-reflection was easy or that that journey that I embarked on was easy. It wasn't. And today, with so much fast-paced things going on in the world and every minute of our calendar being full and we're moving from place to place and event to event and experience to experience, it is hard to pause. But you have to be intentional with taking time to reflect. Have you asked yourself the question, who am I after I've experienced this? How well am I? Do I have the emotional capacity and strength to move forward? Because emotional wellness is about acknowledging and being aware of our emotions and managing the relationship we have with them, not allowing the emotion to dictate what you do. Emotions last between 60 and 90 seconds. After that, it becomes a thought, then a behavior. It's our physical response in our body to what's going on in the outside world. Emotions are data, but not directives. Are you listening to your emotions and doing what they say, or are you managing them? That's what emotional wellness is. And as we continue to move forward and go back to work and our everyday lives, have you taken time to rediscover you, every part of you, what's changed, what's new, how you came out different, and who you decide to show up as? In order for you to serve anyone, to see others, you have to see your own biases that you bring to the table. Emotions are like biases. They're not good or bad. They just come to let you know what's going on in the inside. And as you go out and show up in your world, in your space, making it better, making it greater, don't forget to take a moment to rediscover you. Thank you.
Take some time to rediscover you. That's the real power of good self-reflection, is that we are constantly changing, and self-reflection helps us to keep track of that change. If we don't spend any time self-reflecting, then we are not going to know ourselves as well, and it's going to affect how we act, how we think of ourselves, and ultimately what others think of us. But if you engage in regular self-reflection, you gain more confidence in who you know you are, and any outside influences or other people telling you who you are not as important. You won't focus on the opinions of others or how you're being perceived if you truly know yourself. On the next slide, instead of a big discussion, we're actually going to do a written reflection, because obviously self-reflection is a personal activity. So in a journal or on a piece of paper or on a digital document of some sort, if you have computers, I want you to spend most of the rest of advisory writing about any or all of these questions. You don't have to answer all of them. You can just choose one or two that speak the most to you, and try to write the whole time, at least for 5 minutes. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but I really want you to lean into that discomfort, because as the speaker said, self-reflection is not always easy, but it is the only way that we are going to truly know ourselves. If there's time, the last couple of minutes of class, you can discuss the discussion questions. None of them are going to be about what you are personally writing. That is just for you, but it might be helpful to talk about why it's so difficult for us to self-reflect and what can happen if we do anyway. But I hope you enjoy, or at least learn a lot from this time of reflection. Be good to yourself and others, and I will see you real soon.